And then I threw you off. I always sit there. I figured with Scarlett and David out, yeah.
Yeah, it was too far away.
You have a better breakdown of those windows. I think usually what we do, I think this is the one that I looked at. You had in the description, like
The location.
the location of it, instead of saying casement, horizontal roller, single hung, you know, that when it's listed as a description, that's what we're looking for. Am I correct? Is that the one that I was looking, I
Yeah,
saw?
yeah.
So it was kind of hard we have to flip back and forth. But the good thing is your elevation actually is very,
Helps, yeah.
very correct. So if the windows match your elevation, you're, yeah. 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 It's just that normally, like I said, not the location of the window. Usually the schedule, the number will locate it on the plan. So, but if you have the plans there, it'll probably help us. We'll be able to lay it out when we come up. It'll help. Because there was a lot of back and forth trying to figure out which.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Planning Board meeting. Today is Monday, August 8th. We ask that when your item is called by the chairman, you come up to the podium, speak into the mic. If you have any questions, you can pull me to the side. Again, building permits are now online on portal OpenGov. So please check your statuses on the online portal. It will go to our structural engineer, our MEPs, and our building official. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
Hi there, ma'am that just came in. You're Mandari, right? Okay, so I'll mark you down as here. I got everyone. Oh, gentleman in the hat. What's your name? Oh, you're Eastman? You all together? Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is the Village of Biscayne Park Planning Board meeting for Monday, August 8th, 2022. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm going to do the roll call. Edward Leyva.
Here.
Manny Espinoza. Gay Charging, I'm here, as well as SB.
Here.
From the village. I believe our manager Mario is here too. Both Scarlett and David submitted that they would not be here tonight. Can I get a motion to excuse them?
Motion to excuse their absence.
Okay, Manny, Ed, Manny, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, they are excused. So let's go to the residents that are here so we can kind of move them along. They can go on with their evening. Old Business B, Andino, 907/909 Northeast 111th Street, re-roof, flat and tile. Sir, you can go up to the microphone, please.
Yes. It's just the pitch roof. I don't think the flat roof is part of the,
Yeah, so you were gonna go for a metal roof, but now it's a tile roof, right?
correct.
So it's a flat tile roof with gray, I believe it was?
Great. Yeah,
Dark charcoal.
Charcoal?
sure. But
Sure. Sure. You want to change it to terracotta? Yeah, that's fine. So it's gonna be a flat tile terracotta color? So it's an S tile. Okay, I thought I saw a flat tile here. But S tile is allowed also. Yeah, it's an S tile, okay. So he wants to do terracotta color, S tile. You guys are ready?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know if he'll need to, for the building department's purposes, update his NOA, because the NOA in here is a flat tile. Yeah. Okay.
Initial here for me for the color.
No, you want to just take care of it? Later? I get a motion a second. please?
Just, can I show you what I see? So right now you've got an NOA for this Eagle roofing products. With
This is the one I just.
tile, so that's all I'm saying. We don't care. I mean, from a zoning point of view, but building may ask her.
And you know, right?
This is,
So he's just.
this is you, right? And you know what that's? Or is that not you?
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
This is this the, maybe that I'm looking at. This is actually Lopez. Named Andino dash Lopez though in the drop. Is there a separate Andino? This one? That's you, 907. Okay, so it's just wow. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, sorry. it's looking wrong. Did you get a motion, Gage? Are you still waiting? Did you get a motion yet, or are you still waiting?
No, I'm still waiting on a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Fred, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, so the people that came in, Sir, you're here. Or you just came in? Yes, you're fine, thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you just came in. What's the name? Rukan? Okay. Okay, the name? Feldman. Feldman?
Yes.
Okay. And sir. Justin, okay,
That was 4B that we just heard, right? Gage?
sorry?
That was 4B that we just heard?
Yes.
Yes, 4B.
Old business.
Okay, next will be Old Business CEAA Repairs USA, 971 Northeast 113th Street for a driveway, and then they also have building permit G, which we'll get to after the first one. All right, so you came back to us and clarified your design.
Yeah, for the driveway. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also provided the lot coverage, which you're fine.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got a big corner lot. The one thing that I had a question on is what exactly is you say approach and it's a different design. What is the approach? Yeah, no, but what material? So it's concrete. So you're just gonna have concrete and then you're gonna start the design at the property line. Okay. Questions on the board?
No, motion to approve?
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Is that Manny? You're good on that? So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not allowed to have a fence out that far to the property line. Yeah, so but see, here's the thing, that's your front yard, so you can only come out 15 feet towards the front, like, if you were only from your property or from the front setback of the house, which is here, you're only allowed to come out, how much does that say right there? So you'd only be allowed to come out 15 feet. So you, only 15 feet. You cannot come out any closer to here. But we're not considering that right now. That's, you're not on the agenda.
So if
for
you,
this.
yeah, a revision to the previous
revision.
approval.
Yeah. All right, so that was
Is that,
approved.
revision what? Okay, yeah, so you need to say.
Are you on the agenda tonight? The name? Okay. All right, so we also got building GEAA Repairs USA, 971 North East on 13th Street, patio slab. For some reason, I thought we had already done a patio slab for you. No?
They tried to submit it the other day, but the last meeting, but it wasn't on the agenda, so. brought it for this one.
Yeah, that was the one that they thought was gonna be on and it wasn't.
I thought, oh, okay.
We talked about it.
So what is the material? You're just doing a concrete around the pool? So it is a travertine on concrete. And it's in the same footprint. Okay. So that is all covered within your lot coverage calculations? Which you're plenty of space. Okay. Any questions on the board? They have it set back from the side property line. It's behind the fence, it looks like all.
Yeah, I mean, the lot coverage calcs are incomplete on what I'm looking at.
What about, can you cross-reference the driveway that we just looked at? Does your lot coverage the entire property? Huh. Yeah,
The
no,
driveway has
it's for the
the
driveway.
driveway form, yeah, it doesn't have the overall lot form. And the one for this patio just has the patio square footage.
So we have. Need to submit we have a total lot coverage. Do we have an example of that? Is the one that's on there, Ed, is it not complete?
It just has the square footage of the patio and that's it.
But it's actually there, right?
It's part of the package, yeah, it's just incomplete.
So. Okay, so here's the thing, it needs to be filled out. You need to put the house, it needs to have everything on the property. Okay, the entire thing, the house, the new driveway, the pool, everything that's on the ground, that touches the ground for the house, needs to be on there. Now, not just the patio, it needs to be everything. So this cannot,
Yeah, I don't know what the 700 is relative to the 1800.
and how did he come up with 39%?
It's the 700 divided by the 1800, but I don't know what those numbers
Yeah.
represent.
Yeah, no. So what it is total lot. So that's your entire property from block, all your property lines. Okay. So I would be open to a motion.
Yeah, I would say I can make a motion.
He's
to
obviously not
approve, and yeah, I agree. Clearly visibly he's not, so I'd make a motion to approve pending submission of the corrected lot coverage to the chair for his approval.
Yeah, we want to move you forward, but it needs to be submitted everything, the total lot, the house, everything. So, second, okay, that's Ed Manning, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. So you just have to, whatever that was you just showed me, oh, you have to put in a revision for the fence. And also you,
Actually, only we need to add 15 feet
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
front of the building.
so what you need to do is at the next meeting, it has to come back because you're not on the agenda for that, for this tonight's agenda. I don't see a problem with it, but we have to go by the agenda. So, so just resubmit a revision to your fence permit and, in 2 weeks, we'll see you.
To
But
complete it.
I can do it the backside, right?
Yeah,
Because it's a
I mean, you have a permit to go there,
Okay, good.
so. And then also, I noticed you painted your house black. You need to bring that in, so
What is the next?
color approval,
October, I'm sorry, August 22nd.
2 weeks from today.
So you have, the deadline is August 15th. Okay, so you would submit a application with revision to permit, what you're changing. Yes, online, yes.
And also, you did paint it without approval, so, you need to apply for a paint color approval
For the driveway,
for the eaves. They painted that, the eaves black.
they have a
They should-
permit.
For the painting of it black?
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't see members being on black. I would remember that.
Okay. I'll follow up with you. Yeah, they have. This is what it came in. This was for. They have- I'm going to be a seminar.
Okay,
can
let's
go in.
research it for us, and we'll bring it. Okay, you're good, thank you. It's like you've already submitted for it, so she's just gonna clarify it. You got the driveway and the deck today, but you have to submit that paperwork before she gives you the permit for the deck with the calculation. Okay, thank you. You have a good day. All right, next would be old business, D Scott, 1070 Northeast 120th Street, new pool deck and deck request for variance. Okay. So, hello. So I want us, the board, to reconsider or maybe relook at this. We denied it based on the 30-foot setback for the side front. But one thing that was not taken into consideration is that Northeast
11th Avenue
11th Ave is actually an alley.
between,
It's not a street. So if that's the case, it's not actually a 30-foot setback, it's a 10-foot setback. And, an alley, that street has always been, it's weird because it has a full name of a street, but it actually is an alley. And so it's not a street, so it does have a 30-foot setback. So if that was the case, the 10-foot setback that is being asked for, right now they're asking for 12'8" to the water line. Would be okay, but the board has already voted that, I wasn't here that meeting, but the board has already voted to deny it once. So I'm gonna throw it open for discussion to my board members to see what their thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I guess it wasn't clear. I don't recall exactly when we reviewed it, but I guess it wasn't clear based on the survey that that was an alley.
Yeah, it's not labeled as an alley, it's labeled as a street.
Yeah.
And so it automatically in our minds, it goes
yeah,
to
and I'm
30-foot
sorry,
setback.
I would have come, but I was out of the country.
Yeah, so, you agree with my,
Yeah, no, I do. What would be the process? Can we
Yeah.
open it up to another vote, or
Huh?
can we
Yeah,
open
we
it
could
up,
make
make
another
another motion to, yeah?
Annie, what do you think of this? You agree? Okay, that was the first by Ed.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve. I don't think you need a variance if that's an alley. It wasn't clear in the diagrams before.
Okay, okay, sorry about that. Thank you.
To approve, yeah. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, yeah, so now you're approved. No need for variance. Thank you. Okay, next will be Old Business G Grukan, 12010 Northeast 11th Court. Thank you.
Yes, it's an old business.
It's on here.
Good afternoon.
So we tabled it last time because we didn't have on the plan where actually it was going. But now there is a site plan that shows it on the side with a 5.31 setback, which is allowed for carports.
Yes,
And you're doing a black awning, which I think you submitted a sample there.
yes, I have, yes.
Any questions on the board?
Motion to approve?
Ed Manny, all in favor, aye? Aye.
Aye.
You're good this time. Thank you. Thanks for the information. Okay, next will be, we do have some discussion items which some people are here for. If you just hang with us, we're gonna try and work and get the residents that are here. And then we'll get right to the discussion items. So next will be Sabat, 500 Northeast 119th Street, Building A, demolition, and Sabat B for patio enclosure.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Have you separated the lot yet?
Yes.
So it's two different lots?
It's been approved that last week.
Good,
Last week,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
So
this
then-
is
then you-
basically a renovation of the existing house that's there, right?
Correct.
You're not doing anything to the footprint?
Nope.
You're just, looks like you're enclosing one of the garages? Okay,
One
but
of
the other one is gonna stay.
One of the garages and enclosing the gallery.
In the back.
French doors and that's it.
A question. I thought I recalled that once they separated the house, they needed to maintain the minimum setback from the new property line
Right.
to the existing house.
Right.
Didn't that involve some demolition or you adjusted the property line to get the distance?
The line is 10 feet west.
It is. So you don't have to do any demolition of the existing.
But there actually was, one of the conditions of the separation was the removal of the asphalt in the front of the other
Right.
lot. Has that been done yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yet,
But-
and,
And the question was,
that's my question, because we submit a demolition plan, and we did not include that demolition. So I think, I think we need to include that removal, right?
Yeah, if you
Yes.
could have included in this demolition plan, it would be, yes, it would be great.
This is just the portion of the flared approach.
Just the part that-
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of, not
Favor,
the
yes.
garage.
And I have another question. What about the awnings? We have an approved permit for replacement windows. But for that, we need to remove the existing awnings. Should we include that in this permit?
So hold on, you do have a permit for windows? Or did we
Exactly.
approve a windows?
yes, approved.
We did?
And it's already approved.
Okay. Typically those just, when you remove the old windows, it's the awnings come with it.
It goes
So
all together.
You don't really
Okay.
need a demo plan for the
Okay.
awnings. So that's kind of covered under your window permit.
Okay, great.
Quick question on the condition of the asphalt. We're gonna maintain the lot as is for now. Do we need, and we don't- on the driveway, or until we decide what to do? with
Well,
the
part
lot?
of the condition of the lot separation was that you had to remove the part in the swale.
Yeah. but-
So,
Yeah.
but there was no other part that was an issue. I don't believe there was.
Only a little part of the driveway. However, as we're gonna keep the house and the lot, do we need to do the demolition right now?
Well, it's part of the condition of the separation was that. So
Okay.
you really should take it out and put the replace it with grass.
Okay, that's fine.
So, so let's look at the patio enclosure. I think as far as zoning goes, they're not changing any of the facade. They're not changing any of the footprint. So
Mostly in the back anyways.
it's all in the back. So if there's any questions on the board,
With regard to the addition, no.
yeah,
Or the
because we have to approve the addition before we can approve the demolition.
So, motion to approve the addition or renovation patio enclosure.
Ed Manning, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
For the demolition, Gage, are you able to mark, I mean, I don't know if they know what they want to do in terms of resolving the apron. Are you able to mark?
I
like we
can't
Used to be
mark.
able to, or we can't anymore?
No, I'm not able to mark, but we can make a motion and you can include it in your motion. And you need to just, you need to submit a new documents that show the apron being part of that.
Sorry,
Okay.
what-
Yes.
So he's gonna make if he's agreeable, make a motion to approve based with that you remove the asphalt. So then you need to update your documentation to the village to match the motion.
Yes, we can do the modification and upload a new plan.
You need to see that, Gage, or is that just something that SB will process?
I mean, it's part of the motion and so, yes.
Yes, you need to see it, or
No, as, SB will confirm when. they
I'll make a motion to approve contingent to submitting a revised demo plan that shows the apron removal as well.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. You're- Okay. You're all good. And we look forward to the new house
So you
plan.
should see your updated route and then for structural and our MEPs, okay?
I didn't hear you.
I'm updating your status right now. So right now it's going to structural and then our MEP. So you can look on the portal to see the process, the progress of where
Okay.
you're at. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one. We look forward to the new plans of the other lot. We look forward to seeing the other plans.
Yeah.
So,
For now, we're gonna do one.
okay, I understand.
Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon,
You too, thank you. Okay, building C, Otato, 649 Northeast 117th Street, windows and doors. There he is, okay. Yeah, if you lay that out there really quick. Thank you. All right, the schedule was a little confusing on this, so we can just look at the plans really quick. He brought them.
Slides, is this like some kind of division, like a cross?
Yeah, because this is the bedroom, this is the bedroom, so they have the outswing. They're marked as such.
So this is casement,
Yep.
casement.
The pics below.
Look in the schedule. Up here, right? So it's basically E and D.
This one. Because you have windows here and here, and
This is what we were looking.
Yeah,
No, I know,
that
I
was
know,
the.
but-
we were looking.
yeah.
Clear enough. Motion to approve.
Demanding, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Right.
You come into the office, pay the $100 and it's for 1 to 14 days again. No, you would have to come in so I can go ahead and.
Yeah, you don't mind.
Pay, you have to pay, yes, sorry.
Ma'am, did you come in later? You're together? Okay. Let's go with, building I, Eastman, 1009 Northeast 118th Street for a roof. Up here if you like. Yes. How you doing, sir? Is there anything different about this?
Just that we're allowed to grandfather in the shingles.
Okay, so there's not a grandfathering, but do you have a letter from an engineer?
Yes, I do.
And is it included in this packet?
I believe it was included in the
Yeah,
packet.
it's one of what we have, yeah.
Oh.
It's in what I'm looking at, drop.
It's in this huge packet right here.
What's the address?
Eastman, it's
1009
Northeast 117th Street.
No,
No,
that's not-
1009 Northeast 118.
No, Eastman, 1009 Northeast. It is here, I don't see it.
In what I have, it's the first page after the application cover sheet.
So you're looking to redo the entire roof with shingles.
Correct.
Okay, and the shingles are what type of shingles and what color?
I think I saw something.
They have to be dimensional. I mean, they can't be 3 tab.
Dimensional shingles and the, the lightest color, I believe, a kind of a light gray.
Light gray. Okay. See it. Any questions on the board?
I know that not long ago, we had discussion about revised criteria for this kind of scenario. Is that, I take it that hasn't really been implemented yet.
Nothing has happened. I just, the house is just not coming to my mind really.
Yeah, I looked earlier. It's kind of hard to see in Google Street View. It's a lot of foliage in the front.
So it's like a little Key West type house?
Yeah, it's a wood frame,
Yeah.
shingles, siding. And, directly across the street, a couple houses down, the approval was similar for a house. I have a picture of both ours.
You
and
provided
stuff.
the letter, so
Yeah.
that's what's required by the code.
Okay.
I'll take a motion in a second. If y'all are- Manny,
Second.
Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion. carries. Good. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. All right. Alvello, 11643 Northeast 11th Place, after the fact demo. Okay, so this is like some roof trusses?
Yeah, actually, I purchased this home in May and the half of the garage roof was caving in.
Okay.
So the tenants had, had their stuff in there. And it was kind of an emergency thing, so we started the demo.
Okay. So you're just replacing some trusses on an existing garage?
Correct, correct. And then, yeah, replace, and then I'll have the roofer come out and, because the roof has to be replaced. It's a flat roof, so.
Okay, so you'll get a permit for that?
Correct, I'll have the roofer do that, yes.
Okay.
It's just that little detached building in the back.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
it's a garage, there's nothing.
It's a garage, yeah.
There's nothing else, it's just garage, right?
That's all it is. It's a 3-car garage.
Zoning point of view, no objection. Motion to approve.
Ed Manning? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries.
And I actually received a courtesy notice on, because I have a permit for a paint job I'm doing on a house. And it states that the address numbers have to be the same as the color on the house. I'm painting the house white, right? And the colors are black. I'll show you what. I got this courtesy notice. I'll show you the pictures of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know, I never heard of the color thing. Huh. So Let me just look really. Um. No, I know. You have an actual. States illuminated signs. Section, but I would I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, I kept them the same.
Huh?
Were you looking for the street address?
Yeah, the street address, what are
11-125?
11
It actually requires sufficient contrast with the background, right? So if you're putting black letters on a white wall,
Yes.
That
well,
would be
actually, the black
meeting the
numbers were
intent.
already there.
Yeah.
So I just kept.
Yeah, so it appears that it does, he just read it to you, but our manager here is he's gonna look into it for you. So if
Okay.
you can just go over and speak to him really quick, he can take care of it for you. Thank you. All right, we took care of that. Next would be Justice, 11806 Northeast 8th Avenue. for an addition. Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good, good. All right, so this is an addition. So you're going straight back on the rear left of your property, right? You're
That's right.
maintaining that 10-foot setback?
Yes, it's
It's
just gonna be,
10.60? So
it'll be aligned with the rest, the original house, yeah.
you're at 10.60, your lot coverage, you are, I believe, well, well under the 50%. In the pool, you're gonna be doing that separately, right?
Separately, yeah.
It's not on this permit.
Not on this permit, yeah.
And then you're tying in your roof with the existing roofing. I mean, you're doing a really nice addition there. Any questions on the board?
No, it's all straightforward. It's all in the back
Yeah,
roof.
I can't really see the lot coverage on my thing. It's hard to zoom in, but I think it's.
Yeah,
they're
eyeballing
fine.
it, it looks fine, but
Yeah. It looks like it's on a. Maybe A-101. Or is that a window schedule?
there's some.
Or here it is on A-002. The bottom left corner.
Lot area
Thank you, sir.
7,500. Yeah, so he's at 20%.
20%. Okay.
Keep missing the driveway, but I think even with that.
Motion, Danny,
Second.
Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Carries. You're good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Good luck.
Your status will be updated on OpenGov.
All right, Feldman, 12015 Northeast 10th Avenue driveway.
No.
But it also says exterior wall painting. Is that included on this?
No, it was two. It was a.
So that's already done. Okay.
You have a driveway currently on the survey? I
No,
don't see
no, there are no,
nothing
no
currently.
driveway. And I take the plans, I change the plans, but my idea is to prepare to move in. And there are not parking space. That is the problem. I park in the street.
Yeah, the only thing I see is that what you submitted, it doesn't extend to the street. It's not crossing through the swale.
No,
Need an approach.
You need an approach. Right now, you're showing a driveway that starts at your property line, but you've got whatever it is, maybe 10 feet to the street that you need to have something for that portion. So you're not driving over the grass to get to your,
okay, you need that approach to enter to
Yeah.
the, okay,
Needs to go out all the way to the street.
okay.
Yeah. What
They are
is this-
grass. In this moment, they are grass.
yeah, so the driveway needs to extend all the way to the street.
Okay, okay,
You can't drive across your grass up to your. driveway. It
okay,
has to be a-
okay.
What,
Better.
what is this material?
Gravel.
Gravel.
Yeah, it's gravel with there's a detail on the last page. Got a 16-inch border
Orange gravel.
at his property line instead of at the street, and then an 8-inch border.
Okay, so that 16 inches at the front has to go all the way out against. the
Yes,
neighbors.
yes, to
And
put
then you
3
start your
cars.
Gravel with
Yeah.
the 4-inch all the way around.
Yes.
Do you have a color of the gravel? Like what?
Yeah,
it
the
is?
light gray, light gray.
What type of gravel is it? Do you know?
The small stone, the little, like between white to gray.
Okay.
I saw in many houses that.
Yeah, no, we do allow gravel. It's just that the ordinance got changed. So let me just double check what exactly it says now. Hold on.
I think it's average 3/8 to 5/8 inch
Yeah, how
diameter.
big is
gravel.
it?
And I check in the papers that is approval, one of the type is approval that.
Gravel parking shall be a finished top layer of dense grade gravel. Pea gravel, Jersey Shore gravel, marble chips, limestone. Is there a name for this gravel or is it
No, it's a, it's a,
in the size of it?
no, it's a small one, they're very, very small.
Okay. I mean, 3/8 is pretty.
Yeah, I
small.
mean, do we need to table this to see the revised plan anyways? And you can bring a sample next time?
Yeah, no, we do, because we don't have the corrected plan. So we need to have you resubmit it with the approach on it. And at that time, can you submit a picture of the gravel? Because that's part of the new code is we
Okay,
have to confirm the type of gravel and the size of it.
okay,
Yeah.
I look a sample for that, no?
So the drawing looks okay, but have whoever drew that for you
I need to
extend it
do
out to the
it to
street.
to approve, okay, but with the same material.
Same material, you need a border of 16 inches at the street, which you're showing, but you're showing that border at your property line. So keep the
Need to
16-inch
Okay,
concrete border along the street, 8-inch border on the sides like you have is
okay,
fine.
okay, perfect. Thank you. And that's it.
So,
So
And-
we're
and
gonna have to table it unfortunately at this point because it's the drawings don't match what needs to be approved. So,
Okay.
So we need to revise it. We meet again in 2 weeks.
Okay, I need to submit again or to come in this week?
If you just submit it, you don't have to actually come. If you submitted it, the drawings are very nice. If they're submitted and they're correct, you don't really actually have to be here.
Okay,
To advocate for yourself. So,
Well, I think what he's asking, because I helped him upload, so I think.
there are
that's
problem
what
with the,
he needs to Upload. So
the
you
new
would
drawing
have
and a
to-
picture of the gravel.
okay,
So
okay.
remember how I did it? You go back and.
I come in again, I come in again,
so go to the
I
office.
come in again. Okay, I do
So-
it this week. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to table.
So it's been.
Updated. Thank you. Have a good day. Next will be discussion A. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. We have the Andersons here, so they're actually on the agenda. So Building O, Anderson, 11905 Northeast 11th Place for a handrail. So you're welcome to go up to the microphone if you want to discuss it with us, but let's see what you have submitted.
Out of curiosity, is this mandated by your homeowner's insurance policy? Or is it just a personal desire to have a?
It's a personal,
Yeah.
so I'm,
Because I've
I'm-
heard,
I'm
I've heard
getting-
now that insurance companies are sometimes mandating handrails if you have to step up more than a few steps. So
no.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm getting older.
just for yourself. Yeah, understood. I was just curious if it was
Yeah.
from an insurance.
I'm getting older, so probably a couple more years, I'm gonna be needing a handrail, so let me get it in there.
Understood.
So it's just some, they're just the manual little handrails. They're actually, if you look at the survey, they actually are within this, out, they're not in the setback. They're right on the steps.
Yeah, the first, they start on the first step.
On the
That,
step.
that's where the post will go into that first step. And then the second post goes on the landing.
Who did your little Photoshop there?
Yeah, you like that Photoshop?
Hey, listen,
You like cutting it out? Like,
Yes, I did.
because that's what I would do, because I have no idea how to do
yeah,
Photoshop.
That's exactly
picture
what I
speaks
did.
1,000 words, right? So it's clear what you want to,
It's perfect.
so.
And I'm putting
motion-
two of them, one on each side,
Yeah.
'cause I think it looks better with
And the
having
finish
two of
is
them.
just gonna be black or? gray?
Black,
Okay.
because up on the landing.
Got a little railing on the side of the railing that'll
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, the original, I guess when they built the house, that railing was in there on the side.
Motion to approve?
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mandarini, sorry, LLC, 11440 Griffin Boulevard for discussion item. If you'd like to go up to the microphone in there.
And you can get the mic and speak into the mic.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes. Oh. I need to only ask question regarding drawings. So can I bring a chair because,
You can just, I mean, is it?
okay,
You're gonna be here for a while?
yes, because I have 4 questions. So, okay. Let's grab this. This is the survey, okay? Okay, the first question is, right now I'm building the fence, but I heard you too, and because my fence was like a chain link fence, like, I'm building it right now, currently the fence that it's like this 90-degree corners with that. Okay, but now my question is, the fence should be like this, aligned to this, or aligned to this side of the house,
No,
or I
it's
can,
here, and
okay?
it's here.
Okay, so I'm correct. Okay, now, second, I want to pull a permit for driveway. So this is the existing driveway. Yeah, no, it's approved, Just was a question since I heard that you can have a fence 15 feet.
But that's a corner lot.
Oh, okay.
He's a corner lot.
Just was a curiosity. I'm now moving. So what I want to do with the driveway, okay, right now this is asphalt is like this, remember was a curve.
Yep.
I removed the asphalt. So what I want to do is kind of a Y. Okay. Okay, or maybe better, just as a, so I can
No more
park
here.
it, no more here. And I want to put I can park 2 car here parallel. And then the car has to be here. So it's better because nobody is able to do the reverse corner. My question is, this is current asphalt. What I want to do is gravel on top of asphalt. So should I put, because you guys have this engineered like in the,
Yeah, so the issue is the how you're gonna,
exactly.
and it's very technical on how it has to be built.
Yes, so here is, you guys have the gravel. So in this part in which I have the grass, I would do new, like it's specified here, right? So, but here where I have asphalt, you guys have resurfacing asphalt with asphalt. So now I'm resurfacing asphalt with gravel. So how do I have to proceed?
I don't know how that will eventually long-term last if you were putting gravel on top of asphalt.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the gravel on top of asphalt.
It will be, you see, a property that is on Griffin and it's like that. So that's the look, but my gravel is bigger.
Yeah, but the issue is I'm saying if you're gonna put that on top of.
The asphalt?
It's gonna be 3 inches higher,
Yes,
right? Which means these curves will have to be 3 inches higher.
yes,
Which is not permitted.
Yeah.
This has to be flush with the grass. Obviously, this has to be flush with the street.
mhm.
So putting it on top of the asphalt.
That's what I was thinking. So I have to remove the asphalt and treat like it is all like, and do limestones, like, no limestone, I mean, according, yeah, do I have to also do, because if do I have to do with the lime rock and everything, or just compacting and putting the gravel since there was asphalt?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you pull the asphalt, you probably already have an
Yeah,
asphalt.
okay.
down there.
And the color of the gravel being the same as the desert garden, that is graphite, is okay for you guys?
Yeah, that's fine. Great. And we have to, there's a size 3/8 to 3/4 size. So this is our code right here that actually talks about gravel parking. So.
Oh,
it
that's
has-
to be, oh, no, mine is bigger than 3/4.
yeah, you can't have like river rock. It has to be like,
Really, really like that one.
'cause isn't that what you have there now? It looks like you have pretty small gravel.
I'll bring, yes, but I think a little bit, yeah, it's small, it's not an inch. Yes, yeah, actually 3/4, I think. Yes, yes. Yeah, it looks pretty small. Yes, actually, yeah. This one is very small. Like, okay, so we covered this, we covered this. Another
And
question.
then as far as this goes, you have plenty of space.
Oh,
and
space,
you have-
so
you
the
have 40
problem
you
for
have-
the coverage,
you have 40%,
yeah, exactly. So the coverage on. So next, the pool. Okay, right now, this is the current pool. What I want to do is, okay, bear with me. This, the new pool will be like this. Okay, so this one will be the shallow pool, the one that is 8 inches deep,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the
You
shallow
want to do it
pool.
up against your house.
Yes,
Does that, do that?
can I do that? Or if I can,
I'd say-
and this, the other one, okay, let's use a scholar.
I mean, you have to foundation.
Foundation,
How they build it is a whole different story.
Oh,
They have to dig out
Uh,
for the foundation and it's gonna go like your house can cave in. you
Yeah.
know.
okay,
Careful.
it will be isoblock, the styrofoam filled with concrete. So it's a new construction, but I will submit the permit. I would just wanted to know if I can go against the house. Of course, there will be space, of course.
We don't have an issue. The
Okay.
Building department might have.
Okay, and this will be the pool, like the regular pool, and will be the storage tank. This existing piece, part of the pool will be the storage tank because it will be an infinity pool. So I need a storage tank. Is it okay for you guys?
Yeah. so
Zoning
as long as
point of
you're
view.
not Going over 50% of your lot.
No, 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 no,
you're
no.
not doing,
It's-
you know,
no.
You have plenty of space to do what you like. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, so you're good on that.
Okay, then last, we went fast.
Where's the canal? Right here? Where's
Yes,
the dock?
yes. Also, I have a question. Yeah. Yes, if you see go in my property, it's like it were like this. There is nothing. But the survey guy told me, because I said, what it is a mistake, told me that there is a nail here because this is for easement from the whatever. So actually, this is a good question. All the way here, I have like the concrete, like a concrete steps. Instead here, I have rocks. And the other guy, because I have, you see, lot 26 and a half. The other part of the lot 26 and a half is here with the lot 20, because we have bigger lot because we have the easement. So we have all the rocks here that falls and everything, a lot of grass, but so here is straight, like a step, concrete step, and here all rocks. Yes,
seawall.
yes, seawall here and here not. If I would like to build a seawall here, can I or not?
It's not really your property.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably why it's rocks, is because you own this, but not this little part.
Yeah.
But the short answer is no.
You should, okay, exactly. But just curiosity.
But also it kind of raises an issue. Do we have a 10-foot setback?
But this is the existing one. The pool is existing. The
New
one
one I'm talking
is the same. I'm not
about.
going
You're not- you're
overboard.
going the same place? Okay,
Yeah. I'm just going toward the house. I'm not going towards, that's why.
You're fine.
Okay, thank you. Then Microphone. This is the existing house, okay?
This is the front.
That's the front. You see, you know, it's like this and the griffin is here. No, no, no. It's like this. Hold on. The garage is here and the canal is here. Here's the canal.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and here is Griffin Boulevard. Okay, so this is the house, garage. This is open space. There is a column here and here. My thing is that the house is done reverse. So the bedroom are here and the living is here. So what I want to do is flip it, okay? So it will be like the 2 bedrooms that actually will be only one with a bath. These are glass partitions, like on this side. And on this side, I want to include the breezeway and I put inside, you know, and make all the living dining and, you know, convert the garage as in a kitchen.
You're welcome to do that. That's your house to do. What we would be, obviously you need to get an architect.
Yeah. But my question is it doable? Does that have any restrictions?
You're actually not, you're not
I think,
enlarging the house.
no.
anyway, right?
Again, is it restriction zoning point of view?
Yeah, no building, yeah.
We don't know
No,
about the architect or the structure.
No, because the building told me about the size of the septic tank that related to the number of room, you know, other issues. But with you guys, I'm changing inside the layout. Yes. Yes,
So there's a
that's,
roof.
yes,
All right, you'd be making it interior space.
yes. So I'm go demolish here. And I think it's supposed the engineer will put columns where they need, you know, just this is, you know, what I want to accomplish. Then the structure will go where it is.
We wouldn't have an issue.
Facing the back, you're not exceeding your lot coverage by any.
No. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
Zoning wise.
Zoning wise, yes, no, zoning, yeah.
You have to come back, with plans
Oh,
for us to approve. but-
Yeah, but before, since the plans that, you know, it's, you know, 20 to 12,000, whatever. it
Yeah.
is.
No, it's a
You
good
know.
idea to ask questions. and then come up.
That's what we're here for. Excellent. So,
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll be submitted the driveway, permit. So I have to remove the asphalt?
It would actually be for long-term use, it would be better to do that. Yeah, the way to do it. No, maybe it's over there. Nope. I don't have it. So,
Thank you very much. Sorry, thank
you're
you.
welcome. All right. All right, so we have some discussion items and we have people here for them. So let's go ahead and jump to those discussion items. First would be discussion item B, ordinance amending chapter 8, property maintenance.
Sure.
Or to kind of go over it with us.
Thank you very much, Chairman and board members. Couple months ago, Commissioner Hammelberg brought up the question and idea whether there was something that we can do to the code to limit the amount of time in which a tarp can be placed over the a person's roof and for how long, right?
Okay.
Because in certain times we end up in scenarios where a property owner might have a tarp on their roof for X number of months or even years. Upon discussing that at the commission meeting with our attorneys, they stated that no, you're not able to specifically do that for a tarp because it all kind of depends on what's going on with the roof and what's going on with the insurance and stuff like that. However, she did recommend that a way to address it is by modifying the property maintenance section. So it's section 8.4, which you have a draft in front of you.
You're actually referring to 2 agenda items here right now, item B and C. So item B is actually referring, it has language in it for item C. Property maintenance that we're here.
Yeah, on our agenda, we have one item about the tarp.
2 items
and
here.
one About property management. It sounds like they're the
Okay,
same
so
issue.
it's the same issue, correct?
Property maintenance.
Yeah, it's the same issue.
Okay.
So the attorneys advise they're not able to do something directly for tarps only. And there's no precedent with other municipalities to do that. However, the way to kind of address it is for that revising the property maintenance. So what you were provided with was their recommendation on how to modify that property maintenance section of the code, which allows a little bit tougher language, essentially saying, you know, it's got to be in a structurally sound condition and maintained in good repair. So if they're leaving a tarp up for several weeks or months and there's no permit or no work going on, they're not maintaining that roof in a structurally sound or proper condition. So that's how code can then enforce that. So those were the recommendations. She also deleted some sections because in her, and you see her comments listed, she felt that they were already being addressed in other parts of the code and it was just some redundancy that was there, or she clarified more in a different section and then it was being repeated. So she just deleted a couple lines, but that's the intent of the item. So yes, BNC is one item. I apologize for that.
So everything that's underlined is new or?
Yes, everything that's underlined is new. Everything that's stricken out is with a line is being deleted. And if it doesn't have an underline or a strikeout, it's existing.
What's existing? Because everything is either underlined or structured.
For the most
Except
part,
for, like, 6
yeah.
words about fences.
Yeah, there's, for the most part, most of it was stricken out and rewritten, or actually added on to.
1 second, what the actual section looks like.
No
It's
problem.
hard to understand what was original. So all this, the 8.3 violations and enforcement, this is all brand new language. This was not
Correct.
actually part of our. This and
And there's something,
I wasn't sure what I was looking at this because I was looking at the little blue thing on the right, like trying to find out exactly why we were looking at. Where's the blue tarp part of it?
It doesn't reference tarps.
or it just says, I guess, proof that every building structure is in condition and rainwater.
Yeah, in other sections like in C, it talks about foundation and footers, driveways, decks, patios, and other paved surfaces shall be structurally sound and maintained in good repair. It address, yeah, it's trying to just strengthen certain verbiage within the code to address the concern of the tarps, as well as any other bigger issues when it comes to property maintenance all the time. And I know you have the chairwoman of the code board. She'll be able to tell you how many times someone comes in and is like, well, where in the code does it say my roof can't be dirty? Right. And I was like, well, in property maintenance, there's a certain standard that you have to have for the property. So this further clarifies that even more of the type of condition that it's supposed to be in.
But so it basically in subsection G, it actually just references that tarp, presence of a tarp, which is used for means any kind of
F, you mean?
may be considered as evidence of a violation of this subsection. So it's basically saying if you use it, it's a violation.
It may be
Not saying you
considered.
can't use it.
Maybe.
Right, may be considered, right? So obviously, when the code officer would be doing enforcement, just like with any other ones, if it's not an admin citation, they do a courtesy notice prior to giving an actual violation. That gives the time, just like the gentleman earlier that he pointed about the street numbers. The violation was because the numbers were the same color. And then he was like, oh yeah, I had painted them white and then I painted them black. And I was like, well, that's why you got the violation. And I was like, but you painted it, you just got to email me the picture and we'll close it. So obviously you have that. If there's an emergency situation, right? A tarp is used to secure that area until you're able to bring it in. but the intent is not to allow you to have a tarp for the next year while you decide or not decide to repair the roof. So it may be a cause for a violation. However, hey, yeah, I had this leak. I'm trying to get the guys to come out here. We've already started the process for applying. Okay, so you're working towards it. That's fine. But with more time, then all of a sudden, it's something for the village to be able to work with the resident before trying to actually issue a violation.
But it gives you the teeth that you need so that if somebody does have like a tarp that's.
It gives us greater teeth than what is presently there. And I think it spells it out a little bit better than what it currently does now, because it talks about waterproofing conditions, exterior surfaces, parking surfaces, decorations and temporary lighting. I think it sets a little bit more of a standard for everyone to be able to follow.
It's funny because the North Miami Code has a kind of a similar thing. It talks about having a watertight condition on your property,
Mhm.
that all structures must be, and then, but there it actually says is that the use of blue tarps must be promptly replaced. That's the way that they actually worded it, but I guess if this is what you're requesting and this is what has been worked out by our
Yeah,
commission, and it's the teeth.
well,
that you need,
It hasn't been worked out by commission.
Or by
the-
our
by our
attorneys. Our
attorneys,
are the
yeah.
ones that brought this up.
I felt those fair. I don't know that we're opposed to adding any like little additional language or anything to that for the commission to consider. So and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I also emailed Shantae so that code can be considering it as well. So before it goes to commission, it'll go to both boards.
Okay. Yeah, no, it just, the one thing that's really nice that I've just looked this up this afternoon when I was reviewing for tonight was the must be promptly replaced part of it. Damaged materials, including the use of blue tarps, must be promptly replaced. They're pretty like promptly. I love that word. But if you feel what we have is comparable, I'm good with it.
Yeah,
Over-
I went back and forth, just to let you know, I went back and forth, should we put some kind of time frame with our attorney? And the biggest deter there is insurance. And thinking on and at home when talking to my wife about our situation when we had a damaged roof. It wasn't a named storm, but we had a 60-mile-per-hour wind tear a joint. And the insurance didn't want to pay for a good 7 or 8 months. And so we had the tarp up there for about a month before I said, let's just do it and we'll seek the reimbursement. So, we had that time and I was like, it's not fair for us to say, hey, it's been 2 days, you haven't done anything. There could be situations where someone's holding and insurance. We all know how insurances are. They never want to fully play a claim. So we tried to put it where it gave us enough room and flexibility.
But is that where the flexibility comes within the board, the code and compliance board, that they would be like, okay, we understand, we're giving you 60 days, 90 days. Is it that they have the leeway to make those decisions?
And so the way that the process normally works is our code would see the tarp. In an ideal world, this is how I would do it if I was the code officer. I would see the tarp, I would talk to the property owner, see what's going on, see if they can get assistance, what kind of time frame they're looking at. Then come back and check to see if there's been any applications. If not, for permitting or anything like that, after a few days. If not, I will give a courtesy notice. Tell them, hey, you need to start the permit process and start repairing your roof within X amount of time. If they don't meet it by that time, then I'd issue a notice of violation. Once a notice of violation is issued on a property, that goes in front of the code board. If they get it fixed by the time it goes in front of the code board, then the code board has the discretion to say, hey, look, it's done, it's closed, no harm, no foul. If it says you haven't even applied for a permit, and it's been 3-4 months already, they can't say you have until X date to have this repaired or to have the permit. If not, daily fines will start incurring by X amount. So they have flexibility within there. But as staff, we try to work with the property owners so that it doesn't have to get to the board.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there should be an actual date or time because there's so many situations, like you said, tiles could be back ordered. I mean, there's all kinds of.
A lot of things.
But as long as there's flexibility within your administration or the boards, and then, to give people the time that they need. We do have the chairwoman of the Code Compliance Board here, if you'd like to make a comment or on this, if you're welcome to go up to the microphone.
Get it, it's easier this way. First of all, I want to make sure everybody realizes we absolutely have flexibility to grant extensions. In fact, ironically, one case that came up at last month's meeting, we have a gentleman who's had a roof issue since January. He is still trying to mitigate with his insurance company. We are giving him until September, and in September, if he comes back and the insurance company is still giving him a hard time, we're not ogres. I mean, we know you've got to work with people. We also had a TARP issue, ironically enough, and that TARP had been up for approximately 2 years. So frankly, thank you, Judy, for putting this forward. And Mario, now I'm really going to ask, please, that you be at our meeting next Wednesday, because it's one thing to give us the documentation, but for us to be able to query your interaction that you've had with the attorney. I still think that it becomes important to have some time frame so that people know what they're working toward, with the caveat that, yes, we're going to ultimately work with that person. We know that insurance companies can be difficult. There's another thing that we were thinking, could a tarp up there too long with no good plausible excuse be viewed as unapproved roofing material? Could it fall into that? I mean, any teeth we can put, I think is a help. But again, that's up to the attorney. And ironically, Valerie will be zooming into our meeting. So, thank you.
I mean, I think a good time, if you wanted to add any type of time thing, would be just, you have 30 days to apply with the village. Applying just means turning in a thing and says, I'm working with you now. It doesn't mean I'm ignoring this for 2 years or something like that. But I believe this is going to go to your board. You guys can make all these comments that you're discussing. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Because this is all maintenance. This entire is property maintenance, is the title of this. So this is really what you guys should be looking at to make sure it's covering everything that you need. Is there anything else that needs to be added as far as enforcement types of things? I mean, like an example would be like dirty pools. Just thinking off the top of my head, do we have a way of saying, okay, the village is going to clean up your pool if it's a cesspool and there's mosquitoes? Do we have nothing? Would we want to
No.
consider that in here?
No. Again, with all of those type of mandates that are put in the code, it creates a very high liability for the village. It also creates a expenditure item to do those things, because our people can't do those things. So even what we have in the books now, which I still don't fully agree with, which is that the village will go in and close out the top of a pool. Well, if you do that and then that pool pops up, the village is on the hook for over $20,000 of repair or more. And so, and I don't have someone who's qualified to do that, to be able to, so we'd have to hire a company to do that. And so if something structurally happens with that pool, we now take on that responsibility. We'd also probably have to get, I'd have to check with the attorneys, but we'd have to probably, at least in my mind, we'd have to get a court order to allow us on the private property to do all that kind of stuff. So I'm not a fan of that type of language at all. However, if if the village attorneys, which in the pool, in the sake of the pools, they said, yeah, we can put that language in there, and the commission approved to have it in there, then obviously that's more than welcome. I just don't recommend it because it becomes an unfunded liability and a risk for the village where,
Okay, I understand. But like an example would be the house on Northeast Fifth Ave. That, you know, they use it as a place of storage. There's a fence that's unpermitted right now. It's
Mhm.
illegal.
Yep.
And it has a pool back there. So I can only imagine what that pool is like.
Yeah.
So and the only reason I'm bringing it up is just that you're talking about, this is an entire chapter about enforcement. So if there's, I want to make sure that, you know, all things are being covered on it, so.
yeah, from our perspective, I think it clarifies quite a few things, not just the roofing. Could there be a later date that there might be something else that we're not foreseeing right now? Quite possibly. But I think we took the approach to try to be as comprehensive as possible on regular property maintenance throughout the village.
Okay. So this is all draft anyway, and it's going to the other board to be looked at before it's being brought to the village commission.
This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of the land development code, so you all would have to take a vote before it goes to commission. I'm okay. If you're not prepared for that today, we can always table, and you can maybe get some feedback from the code board as well before you guys take a vote. It's up to you how you'd like to do it.
Yeah, because it is a discussion item right now. It's not actually a vote. So if you want to send it off to the other board to talk and then bring it back for a vote as an agenda item.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, perfect. And then once they provide feedback, we'll bring it back for a voting item, and then from there we'll go back to the commission.
Yeah, bring it back as an
Okay.
agenda item.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
So just a question. I totally understand the concept of the unfunded liability doing certain things on private property. So we add this language which gives code enforcement teeth to cite homeowners.
Mhm.
So they cite them. There's a monetary penalty fee with that. They continue to ignore it. Don't care.
It turns, it
becomes
goes
a
back
lien
to
on
the board.
property. What?
It goes back to the board. The board has the authority to set a lien with daily fines. So on a daily basis, those fines will continue to increase, just like I know you all, the property owner or the representative came, the B House, or what is it, 826 Northeast 121st Street. That has a daily fine for 4 or 5 years now. And it's up to over $36,000. So if they don't, that stays in place there. And if someone should try to sell or anything like that, that goes. It could also, if it creates too big of a nuisance, that also builds a case to build a public nuisance case against them, in which the city can then sue them in court to go after. There's another property in the city that I've been having discussions with a village attorney. They've advised, I know where you're going. You don't have a case to win yet. So it's, unfortunately, there's always due process. Well, not unfortunately, thankfully, there's always due process. In many of these instances, I know the majority of the people was like, hey, there's a code violation, cite them and let's, fix it tomorrow. That's not how these things work. So it could take quite a bit of time before they
So
actually
it's
get through or move
Financial
forward.
penalties followed by a lien, followed by potentially court action. So in the case of the storage depot on Fifth Avenue, are they being?
I would
fined
have to follow up
daily?
with
Are they being-
code.
The property.
I know it's been a topic for many years,
I'm asking.
and that they've been updating.
No, but fined, past tense is one thing. Is the property, is there a
I'd
lien
have to
placed
look
on that
back in the
property?
case. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I just know it's one that's come up here a million times for
Yeah.
years, so.
Yeah.
just curious if there's actually, because we're putting language to give you teeth, but are they real teeth if properties continue to do what they want?
At the end of the day, there's only so much, until you go in front of somebody's, a court and try to take something away, and that's costly as well.
Yeah.
So we try to do as much as we can without getting to
Without
that
getting to that point.
extent. But if someone doesn't want to do it and say, well, take me to court and we'll see, that's going to be a long process, which ultimately, like for the house on 121 could be if they're just trying to string the village along. I know they were going to come back with updated plans. I don't know if there was a deadline for it. So after a while, we're already providing our case that for many years, it's been in this scenario. This is now the second attempt to remodel or redo the property, whatever. And if not, I think we now have sufficient case to be able to take to Miami-Dade board to say, well, look, they've tried multiple times. We were going to start this process and then they came in. We gave them another 4, 5, 6 months. They still haven't done anything. They spoke in front of our board. It didn't meet the code. They never came back. That should be hopefully enough for that board to say, you're now authorized to demo the house. Again, that adds another risk on our end, but it is the direction that the commission is considering if that's if they're not serious.
Okay. Any other questions on the board? All right, so we'll bring that back to us. That's the timeframe for the TARP, that discussion. This does not include the codification of the styles and colors. Is that a separate item on this agenda?
That's a separate item. If you want to go in order, if you want to skip down to that. The next one on the agenda that I see is walkway and sidewalk colors.
Yeah, so that's a discussion item. It's not
Yeah.
in the, okay, so I mean, we typically, walkways are, they're people apply for them when they apply for their driveways. And
Okay, I believe it was an asphalt driveway pre-existing and a concrete walkway pre-existing, and somebody painted the walkway orange.
okay, so
So
it's
the neighbors were upset and they looked at the code and said, there's nothing in our code, and can anybody just go and paint their walkway any color they want?
well, technically, that would fall under architectural design and colors. In my opinion.
Or would it fall under painting?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So it'd be,
So if there doesn't seem to be something in a code addressing it, should we say that it must be a similar compatible or and it needs to be approved by you for color? Or does it, I mean, we don't want everybody painting their concrete walkway black because they have an asphalt driveway, but where can we put in language for aesthetics?
We have the section on painting driveways.
well, I mean,
Not include walkways and driveways.
I mean,
It doesn't include walkways.
No, I'm saying.
it does say, but it does, okay, if you say permit required, permits shall be required for any exterior painting. It doesn't say on the wall. It doesn't say, it says any exterior painting.
And I'm sorry, just to clarify, in the state of Florida, you don't need a permit to
Yeah,
paint.
so what we've done is we do
The color.
color approval.
Right, the color
So-
approval.
So we take out the word permit and we put color approval shall be required for any exterior painting. So, and that, because that falls under the architectural design of 10.3.1, which then references 16.13. So, yeah, no permit is required, but we also do say any exterior painting. So,
And can you repeat that section? It's 11.
So the big one that dictates a lot of things and is 10.3.1, our style and color of buildings. Okay. That's under architectural design, the chapter 10.3. But then it does cross-reference 16.13, which says permits shall be required. Which I think we should actually maybe amend that to say exterior paint color approval, because now the legislature has gutted that. You can't do that. And just say any exterior painting they have to submit a plan to us.
I'll work with the attorneys and then
Change
bring
16.13.
modifications back. Yeah.
change 16.13, exterior painting permit. We have to get rid of the word permit because it's not legal anymore. So it just should be exterior painting. Yeah, but then what would happen and if we would look at it and go back to the driveway code, which says that now, you know, they have to be a certain color. So, you know, it would be, if you want to add in there about walkways or whatever, that this is where I would think that you would have to put it in the 16th section. Because to try and rewrite or write in the driveway ordinance to add in walkways and it's gonna get. Well, I think the easiest way is that. So let's just say revise 16.13. Oh, that's. 16.13, 16.13, yes. 16.13. Thank you. Then what's the last one here?
Codification of styles and colors for windows and doors. One of the commissioners sat during one of your meetings recently where you all were addressing an application for windows and doors. And so they felt that because, and I don't need to clarify, you all have the memo that was on the agenda in front of you. I apologize for not sending that earlier. I thought I did when I emailed the item, but I think I may have forgotten to hit the attach button. Essentially, the commissioner wanted to be more specific on what styles, colors for windows and doors, and I don't know if in the memo he even mentioned size of these to make it more standard so that people can have a way of planning as opposed to going through the cost and then being told that's not big enough or that's not small enough or that's an odd shape. So they've asked for you all to consider those that recommendation and see what you all would like to bring back and make a recommendation eventually to the commission.
Okay, thank you. Didn't we do this? Didn't we already make something?
So I edited the handout.
The application.
Yeah, that added some language that I thought would be helpful to prevent the issues we have. I don't know if it's been incorporated actually in the handout in the office, but I think in either case, you know, in any case, Mac wanted to, you know, codify it so that it wasn't just on a handout.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the handout that I.
So it's, so interestingly, the thing that brought it, that prompted, that just happened to have Commissioner Kennedy was here. I wrote a letter to the thing, and it was just basically in our code, it says all principal and accessory buildings shall be of an architectural style, character, appearance, including exterior color, which will harmonize and blend in with the other buildings area. And so our board has determined that windows as part of the building are regulated under architectural style, character, appearance, and color. Thus, the windows facing the street, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is how we enforce it. If they want to codify it, I don't see an issue with it, you know, to make it clearer. I just thought we had done something already. It just basically said everything facing the front streets.
Yeah, I mean, I'll read you the note that I added said when.
So Ed said
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
What is-
it's here.
Yeah, I was gonna read it to you. I'm looking at it.
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
I just added a note that said window permit applications are subject to review and approval by the planning and zoning board. For all street facing elevations, windows shall be consistent in style and type, shall not be mixed, i.e. horizontal rollers, casement window types shall not be mixed with single hung window types on the same street facing elevation. It is strongly recommended that applicants do not release their contractor, supplier, or manufacturer to start fabrication of new windows until their permanent application has been approved by the village, right? Because that's what keeps happening. People meet with a contractor, he tells them it's gonna be 16 weeks. They say, yes, please release it, and then they come see us 2 weeks later or 4 weeks later, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. We don't approve something, they're upset because now they've already released a deposit on something that can't. So I added it there. I don't disagree that it couldn't hurt to be codified because I do feel like it comes up a lot. And I know the section of the code that you use as our kind of reference for this mandate, but, as an architect, I got caught in this myself. And I said, hey, I read the code, that's not in the code. Where's it coming from? So I just think it could be helpful to.
Well, I just don't disagree. I think, again, we've been using successfully a lot of things that we could use a lot. And this is actually a very good topic. A lot of things could be streamlined for us if we updated our applications. The roofing application, the fencing application, things like that. If we had, like a better application, it would, like what happened with the overhangs, that you've done something and it seems to be successful. You did add an additional some wording to it that we missed for pictures and stuff. But if you want to take that memo and just take the line that you said about the street facing windows and just create a wording and bring it back to our next meeting, and we discuss it as a board, and we can shoot it up to Mario and the commission as a
This is from Mac.
I think what they're looking for is actual language from us. We could just add under architectural style, 10 point. Under building construction or, 10.4 point 11, windows, all windows, whatever. Just add it one line. To it.
I'm happy to.
So if you want to work on
propose
something, let's
something,
just make it a simple line.
Yeah.
And actually answer what he has here, which is color,
And,
material.
and with that said, if we do update the actual ordinances, I still would suggest a note on the application, just like the roof.
Of course,
Because
because nobody reads it.
exactly, no one's going to that. The average person grabs that, and I don't like when they get cut out, right? So
How many people come without even reading our code? They just think that's county code or whatever it is, and they come in and get surprised. But yeah, let's codify it, which is what he's asking for, and we'll come up with Mario, we'll come up with a one line, a section under architectural design, chapter 10, which addresses windows.
okay, so I'll send something to SB, and she can put it on the next agenda.
Fine. So we covered everything. We're good. Thanks for coming to our meeting. Good seeing you. And we answered everybody's questions over there. Sure. Yeah, to you for us to consider.
The 121st Street property is scheduled to come back in front of us next Wednesday. Have they come back to you guys at all?
Not since
okay, I
we
didn't think
denied it. We haven't had a thing from them.
I'm sorry.
Not since we denied the application. We
So
haven't.
they
heard
were
from
supposed to be back. We gave them, we heard them in June. We gave them till the August meeting to come back with updated and final plans. So they haven't even been to you guys. Okay, thank you.
The house.
Just for a point, as part of the denial, because the property is in such disrepair, it's beyond 50%. So they can't just remodel. They'd have to try to come back and meet a whole new set of code that they would have been grandfathered in. So it is possible that at your meeting, they say, listen, we've had to redo the entire plans. We're still in that process before we can come back to the village to show them the plan. So it might not be that they've just ignored it. Benefit of the doubt is, oh, wow, we really need to redo everything and not submit what we submitted 2 years ago. And that might take a little bit longer. So just
But but
Maybe.
it's a good point, but a good step would have been come back and say, hey, planning board, what can we do?
I'm
Since we have to start over again, what can we do?
yeah.
Let's have a discussion like this,
I completely
Because
agree.
God
but-
forbid that they go through and actually draw up all new plans and then come back in and then we're gonna be like, oh, you can't do this.
Yeah, and
Why'd you just waste all your
and
time?
that
on
is the risk they
architectural
take for not asking questions.
plans? Yeah, so, come talk to us. It's always good, so. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you coming in. Good seeing you. Thanks. All right, let's get back to our agenda so we can get out of here. All right, I have minutes from July 25th, 2022. Thanks, Rudy.
Good night.
I looked them over. To me, I didn't see anything, but you guys might have caught something.
No, that looks fine to me.
No, she was here for an agenda item.
This is fine to me. Okay. Motion? Motion to approve, aye.
Annie, Okay, next will be building A Lopez, 890 Northeast 117th Street, re-roof flat and tile. This is another one. From metal to,
Yeah,
this is the, I think the dark one that I was thinking of.
yeah, it's the one I confused the first guy. So this is the flat charcoal tile.
And it's just charcoal or something. you know?
And this one does have a portion of
Dark
flat,
charcoal.
which is why the last time the guy was like, no, there's no flat. This one has a portion of flat too.
So they're basically doing tile roof, morale, flat concrete, charcoal color. Motion, please.
Motion to approve?
There's the aye. Next will be Estrada, 10821 Northeast 10th Avenue, Tesla Charger. They're doing it on the house. Brought it.
Yep. Second.
There's the aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next will be Lopez, 10921 Northeast 9th Court, revision to permit driveway.
So this is the one that yeah, and this is the one that the last time the driveway stopped at the property line, so it's basically only the approach. They've extended it, but by 11 feet into the property, which is not really a full parking space.
Yeah. Let's continue to table it. Yeah. But the other thing too is I noticed it here. If you look at the drawing, it says 30 feet overall.
Mhm.
And then it says 19 from the property line out to this, to the whatever.
Mhm.
Is that the entire width of the parkway is 19? Because right now,
No, it's 25 according to the survey.
yeah, I'm like saying, the survey says 25.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Which would, with an overall 30, it means they'd have 5 feet on their property. So yeah, we have to motion the table. Or,
Okay, I
I mean, you want a table, or I don't know if it denied. What did we do last time? We tabled it? Or was it denied last time?
motion,
It was,
was it tonight? No, it's hard to, it's on the next. page.
yeah, I don't know. It's not there.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if we're fine with tabling it, then we'll table it.
We approved it back on February 7th.
For the original plan.
And they came in and they actually, yeah, they did a little drawing here going all the way out to the street.
Denied.
Denied it. So just, we're just continuing it.
So tabling it.
Already been denied. There's not even tabling. It's just, it's already denied.
Right.
I mean, we're not really voting on
I mean, we are, right? Because they submitted a
it.
revision.
Motion to deny again.
Yeah. Second.
Where's the aye, aye? Building E, Botero, 723 Northeast 120 12th Street, 12th Street, sliding glass door.
Yeah, this one's got no, no.
There was
plan.
nothing in the, there was no survey or no plan.
Yeah, no plan, so it's possible to know where this is going.
I'm sorry,
No, yeah,
D.
the plans is here because they submitted as a, alteration, alteration period, so that was the plan.
Is it just, I think I remember it in the back, sliding left door to.
Yeah, it's on there.
oh, it's in the bathroom. in the back. Damn. Yeah, it's in the back, so.
Or it's just a glazing permit for a previously approved addition.
Yeah. There is a plan here.
Motion to approve?
All favor say aye, aye. So am I signing this? Has this ever been approved, this entire?
Because of the glass door. Separate
Okay, so we
application.
should sign it. Next will be building E at Adario, 775 Northeast 150th Street. Is that it? This is for windows and doors. Remove and replace impact doors. Four. That's what it says. Or schedule.
So there's a little floor plan, yeah. Two sliding glass doors that are kind of to the front. on the left. Looks like just sliding glass doors and one swing door.
Yeah. What does this house look like?
Little Mission style house.
Are there any other windows like around the front?
Yeah, so
Are these the ones that have the like trellis over on that looking?
So, like, if that's the correct address, 775?
Yeah, 775 Northeast 100.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some kind of window with a, awning over it, right? I'm not gonna do my
I mean, if you think the sliding glass doors are not conflict with any
Honestly-
ceiling or any other windows.
Yeah,
that are-
honestly, I'm looking at that street view and it doesn't match anything what they're showing in that plan though. Oh, but maybe it's because the front is, so it's a corner lot.
This is the little one that's with the large.
Front would be on. See how that,
There should be a window there. Next to the
well,
door.
the door should be here. On the side.
No, this is front. This is 150.
Yeah, that, right, so there's a door here. Side.
Another door. So what is that right there?
Is that? I don't know, but here's the door.
It's like there's.
I don't know. I don't know how this squares with that at all. I looked on property to see if maybe it's like a separate building.
We asked for photographs or better description of the diagram because the diagram doesn't match what's on the photo. Table for more.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very simple, cut and dry, but
Yeah.
this doesn't match the house. The doors over here, and these are windows,
Yeah, like.
and there's a window
The
there.
door of the house is not like.
I think this is like a little patio. Go to the table for more information.
Motion table.
Got the plan does not match the physical house. So we have more photographs of the front and of the area that's gonna be with these doors, so we can confirm the size. We don't have enough information. I have a motion by Manny, second.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Better for clarification of front house windows and the side photo. All right, next will be Sanchez. It's at 925 Northeast 117th Street. This is for a driveway. The diagram plan. So they just want to do like this. Two driveways, one on one side, one on the other.
Yeah, it looks like one is like currently a strip driveway that they're just gonna make concrete and then add another driveway.
Or in Sanchez. Definitely. I mean, the design, everything looks good. The lot coverage is 28, they're fine. 28. It looks like they're doing like horizontal concrete. There's a picture of a pool. I imagine that's the style they want to do. I don't know why they have the thing on. the
So
back.
they currently have, those two driveways exist.
They already been done?
Well, no, but one is a strip driveway and the other one is gravel, but without a border. And then they have like a fully gravelled swale. So I guess they're gonna convert the strip and the other gravel into proper concrete.
Yeah. So they're
And
doing-
then the only thing I would, say, Gage, is maybe we should table to confirm that they're removing the gravel, because they have basically the whole front of the property, gravel, parallel parking in the right of way, which we don't permit anymore. So if they're gonna be doing these changes, we want confirmation that they're gonna sod or landscape
Okay.
and remove the gravel and
Make a motion that
So make a motion to table pending clarification of the intent of the swale, the existing gravel driveway and the swale.
Say aye. So, so they need to,
Say that.
They're showing that they're gonna make this concrete. They do that, they're gonna remove all this gravel.
so basically pending removal of gravel in right away, right?
Yeah. Gravel parking area.
I mean, other than that, the design looks.
Yeah,
good.
everything else is fine, but I want to make sure they're just not adding to concrete and then keeping all this.
All the gravel. So, everybody say aye. So
Aye.
it's good. Next will be building H, Guzman, 1005 Northeast 118th Street, re-roof, tile and flat. Um,
There's a S-tile brown color, Barcelona 900 espresso.
Okay, yep, there it is. Okay. Ed motion.
Motion approved.
All in favor, say aye. Good. Next will be building J, Solich, 1016 Northeast 113th Street, re-roof, tile, and flat again.
Summer rain.
Hmm.
Everyone's freaking out. S-tile.
Barcelona 900 concrete.
I don't see a color. Oh, there it is. Gold
Got it,
dust.
Manny?
Yeah, last page, like a terracotta.
Oh, yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Okay, that was Manny, Ed. Next will be Green, 11440 Northeast 10th Avenue, new pool.
And it's a prefab fiberglass pool.
Their lot coverage is at 31. That's fine.
It's a 8-foot deep pool. Is that even allowed anymore in the pool code? So the only thing is they're basically kind of doing a 2-for-1 here, getting the fence included. Because they need, they don't, I guess they don't have a fence, so they're showing the fence they're gonna install to address the pool code.
Dan, the Tiki Man.
Yeah, you see that?
His address, oh, that's the job address. So 10-foot rear, 20 to the other side, 16 to the other side. Am I reading this survey correctly?
Yeah, I think so. 10 foot to the water line, 20, 16.2 to the little spa, or whatever that is.
7 to 10 foot deep?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
8 foot deep?
I didn't know you could do that, but
Setback wise, it's fine. And what about the fence though? I don't see where there's a fence.
There's just a picture of a fence in the very back. And
We're not voting on that.
I know, I'm just bringing it to your attention that it's there.
But hold on, it does say fence will be included.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They want to get it all for one, so I think we just need to approve pool, fence not approved, a separate application.
Yeah, because we have no survey. We don't know what the the fence is.
Yeah.
So this is the motion for the pool only. Fence not-
So motion to approve the pool.
Pavers included. We need to know, is there a thing with the?
I think it's like a border around the pool, which I think we were okay with that, no? I mean, as part of this approval.
But it's not called out. I don't see anything that says pavers. I think we should not do the pavers.
So there's a paver detail that's right at the edge of the pool.
Typical dig, water's edge. Paver detail.
Yeah, I think it's just a border, like a coping and a walkway. I mean, it's just around the pool.
But it doesn't say how wide it is. It doesn't say,
Yeah.
I think we need to have a scratch the paver.
Okay.
Just do the pool. Curious to know how much this costs. I thought
Yeah, it's funny. I have a pool, but it needs to be significantly repaired or remodeled. So I saw this. I'm like, oh, do a crane in a fiberglass pool. I looked them up. You can get them up
Go
to,
right up over the house.
you can get them up to 40 feet long.
Yeah.
I read.
Curious to know. Ooh, an estimate of-
Not one that I would believe, Gage. 100, well, for that, I'll just do a regular, yeah, for that, I'll just do a regular pool. So what would be the motivation to do a fiberglass pool if it's twice as much as the
No idea. Wow.
quick? You just don't want to wait?
I thought like $10,000, you know, like 102,000.
Yeah, wasn't.
So we're approving just the pool, not the pavers and not the fence. And I'll get a motion.
Okay, so a motion to approve the pool scope only, fence and pavers shall be permitted separately.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next would be Manade, 11711 Griffin Boulevard, concrete walkway and pool deck.
Yeah, it looks like just from the house to the pool and then it wraps around the pool. They got like a kidney shaped pool. It's a huge lot.
Oh, yeah, this is the two-story house. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got
Pool deck, 4-inch fiber reinforced concrete.
5 feet wrapping around pool, 15-foot setback, 20-foot setback.
Do we have a lot coverage? Yes, they're at 31%. So,
Second.
Manny and Ed, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion.
Good.
Covered the entire agenda. So our next meeting, we actually have in 2 weeks, and we have another one in 3 weeks.
I
So-
may
For next 2 weeks.
on the 22nd.
So our next meeting, again, like I said, is August 22nd, and then we have a special meeting on August 29th. Further business, board. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Manny, all good stuff. All right. 2:24. All right, good meeting.